lovely folk. We are getting into the Sagittarius reading here. I want to start off by giving my appreciation for all of the new subscribers. I'm so glad to welcome you into this community, and I look forward to interacting with you. We are going to start off here with Tea Leaf, and then I have 𝕃'𝕃 Tarot. I have the Enchanted Tarot, Mystical Healing reading cards, and then Gypsy Oracle cards. We will then, as always, grab some charms. Okay. So we do have some aspects. There's a lot, I should say transits. There is a lot of transits just in general in this month, but you do have two major ones that could affect you specifically just because they involve your planet. But of course we're all to a degree affected by, you know, all the different things, and it all, you know, is very dependent on your birth chart and where things lie, and you know, what is more prominent within your chart. But yeah, I thought I would mention, and also I want to preface by stating I am not well versed in this category. I do somewhat intuitively feel out the different energies, and I just try to relay them here to you for you to be able to, you know, if you feel interested, look into them yourself. So just real quickly, we have the Sun squaring Jupiter on the 12th, and we have Mercury squaring Jupiter on the 21st. So the 12th, you may have a chance for like there being an argument. You might just feel very a lot of fuel, and this could be beneficial. It could boost you, and that's what I saw also, is like this is really an opportunity to take that energy that could make you feel antsy or rambunctious in some way, but using it as a fuel towards something good. But you know, if you don't harvest that energy, it could also you know, boil up inside of you, causing you to are there more risk of there being argument. Of course, even if you don't pay attention, it doesn't always necessarily mean that'll happen. Everybody's unique. We have Mercury squaring Jupiter on the 21st, so that is going to be about really grounding yourself. You might feel it could even, you know, be extra boosted by that transit from before. I also am noticing in love that it's the 12th and the 21st. But anyways, but yeah, so the optimism can be a wonderful tool, but it can also be blinding. So, you know, try not to wear rose-tinted glasses, be grounded and realistic. Try not to attach to expectations. You know, it's good to dream. Definitely have dreams, but, you know, trying to, you know, touch ground, touch base with those dreams is important as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here. Okay, these are definitely okay. Oh, we have 2 months. Okay, we have May. So May could have some significance for you. That could be past or future. We have October, which is coming up. So I will say, energetically, I was feeling like May from the past. You know, of course it's different for everybody, but I was feeling kind of like almost like an energy of like perhaps something occurred on a May in the past that you were working through. Like maybe there was a childhood trauma that experienced in May. Just something about May being the past and something you're working through. Like healing waters coming in. So you might have some realization, see something in a new way, you know, transforming something. And then October is feeling more like this coming October. Maybe that is when you will have a realization, or you know, something could happen within October. Like stepping into a new experience. You could be stepping into a new experience within October. Interesting too, I used to stepping on leaves in the fall, and you hear that nice like crinkle of all the leaves. It's a very unique sound. Definitely felt that. Okay, so Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. So, you know, I always, of course, think of Tortoise and the hare, and how, you know, moving slow, you know, gives you the chance to be more stable and concise within growth. And it makes growth much more sturdy. You know, like trees, they grow pretty slowly, but they build that bark up. They're very sturdy. It's really neat. If you look into how a tree grows, like even when they get scars and how they heal that, how they like, trees are very neat to look into that kind of stuff. How they grow and how they heal. We have Carrot, opportunity or windfall. Wow. Okay, so with the leaves falling here, it's like a windfall. You might have a lot of opportunities coming in. We have a bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. We have firecracker, excitement. So you're gonna enjoy these opportunities coming in. Chair, empty. Someone is leaving your life. We've seen a lot of this in different ways lately. We did come over. This is like, you know, just after the new moon. My readings come out like the week after the new moon. You know, the day of the new moon and then the following week thereof. But yeah, I've seen a lot of this lately. So I think a lot of people are, you know, really looking at toxicities in their life and stepping away from those who might. Okay, I also just got though that this could perhaps not be a toxic leaving, but maybe somebody moving away or something like that. So, you know, that is always tough. I mean, it's tough no matter what. But I am a Cancerian. I have a hard time letting go, and you know, I'm a nurturer. I love to of people, and so it is hard to say goodbye. Like, even just in saying goodbye to people, it's tough. So I am with you and sending lots of love in that, because that definitely is difficult to experience, especially when you're like good pals. But do you know if that is the case, that it's like a good buddy that's perhaps moving away? You, I do see that you guys are going to keep in contact. So it's like, and I think when you visit, when you do see each other, you're going to, it's going to be like where you left off, and refreshing, and but yeah, it's just, you know, coming into different phases in life, and I think you support them. Perhaps they like had to move for a job, or move for you know, a certain reason, and I think you wish them the best on their journey. It's just tough to, you know, you're gonna miss your buddy. So much love. I do see you keeping in contact, and all will be well. But yeah, as what I was saying though, is I do feel like, and this also could be true for some of you, everybody's different, but there's a lot of like people shedding skin, and, you know, kind of stepping away from people they don't vibe with anymore. There is definitely changes within that. I think we've had a huge growth period for people all around, and everybody goes at their own pace, and so it's like been, you know, just a lot of purging going on. Alright, let's get into the Botticelli. Spirit guides and angels messages for Sagittarius. What does the wonderful Sag need to see? Ooh, that almost went into the flame. Interesting. Okay. What does Sag need to see for their highest good? Interesting. Definitely again about not being blinded or getting burned on something, you know, due to, like, I don't want to say like too much optimism, because it's good to like be optimistic, but it's like, you know, you have to stay grounded within that, and it's like that idea, there's like hope and then there's blind hope. You know, it's important to educate and not be naive. It's important to what am I getting with this? Just to stay grounded and not to manage expectations, to not be just to not be blinded. Wearing rose tinted glasses by this. Okay. By this optimism. Alright, we have the High Priestess in reverse. So that can right there say that as well. So perhaps this has been something you've been learning for a while, and it's just going to maybe come to a head on the 21st. So perhaps this is something you've been working through. You know, Jupiter is very optimistic, and I think they're very grounded as well. Well-traveled, worldly, and generally pretty grounded. They are in my experience pretty grounded, but perhaps like they do like to joke a lot, you know, not necessarily everybody, but I did have a Jupiter person, I guess Sagittarius specifically, in my life, and you know, they want to make people happy. They had this very jovial energy about them and wanted to make people happy, and sometimes at detriment to themselves. Sometimes making themselves their own target of their jokes just to get some laughs. I know I've even been there myself. So yeah, I'm getting that with like not wearing rose-tinted glasses again. You might not be as connected to yourself as like you would like to be, in the sense of knowing what you want to do. Okay, yeah, right there, the 7 of Cups in reverse. You might not know what path to take in life. There could be some indecision that goes on, perhaps just out of feeling this like kind of detachment and judgment. So you are having this wake-up call over this. I think you've perhaps been like kind of forced to have this wake-up call. It's like a rude awakening, because, you know, actually this is hanging over the judgment here. So it's like you've had this rude awakening to overlook these feelings of indecisiveness, not knowing which direction to take, or perhaps even dipping your toe into different things and not always following through. But you are going to have a realization. I've been getting that a lot with everybody lately. I think that there is high potential just for realizations going around. But yeah, and we felt that also with this like October, that maybe something occurred in a past May. Okay, I'm just now getting, so yeah, definitely. This is reminding me of the Christmas Carol and the ghost of Christmas past and present and future. So yeah, you may be looking at that. And then in your challenge position here, we have the Empress in reverse. So that is that it's been a challenge to you know, keep the like rough thoughts at bay. You might have been hard on yourself, feeling self-doubt. It's been hard to nurture yourself. You might have even been, in fact, self-sabotaging in ways. You know, perhaps all these different, you know, not following through on things has been because, like, on a more subtle level, you've been, like, almost causing it for yourself out of, like, this feeling of self-sabotage because of doubts that you carry. So it could be tied to this experience in the past that you're working through, and you slowly but surely are getting through it and getting ahead and stepping into new experiences, overcoming this problem, and excitement and opportunity await you. So this is changing for you. And again, I think it comes to a head this month. And maybe you work your way through it further in October. You'd have to look further. I haven't looked into October's transits yet. So you'd have to look further into that, or come back for the reading. I'll probably have looked through. This is something I am trying to do, is look into transits and stuff. But yeah, this is something you're facing, and you're going to ultimately change this. But also, again, that's about optimism. Trying not to be too optimistic, trying not to have too much pride and then burning yourself. I'm also getting, usually I get the Devil card for that, but I'm getting the idea of over consumption. Because I'm thinking over nurturing yourself, but so maybe that's specifically what it is with self-sabotage as well. Perhaps you have periods where, and I think we all do this sometimes, and I know I do. I'm a Cancerian, we definitely can do this. Perhaps eating your emotions. If that is the case, I am being given specifically this. Fiber might help you. Do look into that. Look into, always do your own research, and always, you can always speak to a doctor, or, whatever is best for your situation. But yeah, there's different types of fiber. There's insoluble, soluble fiber. There's psyllium husk fiber, which there can be risk with those of lead. So it's also important, if you were to go the psyllium route, to make sure that you resource it well, to not get one that is overexposed to lead. But they all work in different ways, so you want to find which kind will work best for you. But yeah, fiber can make you more satiated, especially if you have a diet that's lower in high fiber foods, such as vegetables, which you want those to be the greater intake. But sometimes you still need a boost in that area. But especially if you find yourself eating a lot of processed foods, it'd be good to get that fiber. Alright, let's look at your outcome here. We have 8 of Swords, but it is in the reverse. So this is definitely a good sign. You are releasing from whatever grip this has on you. So I do see you stepping out of self-sabotage. The swords here are within the trees, and I feel like in this case it's kind of reminding me of stability, essence, the inner core of the tree. Let me show the card for you, how they are all within the tree. So it's like you're looking at your deeper thoughts. And I feel like, you know, you're releasing them. Like the ones that have a grip on you, the ones that hold you down. It's like you're releasing that grip that it has on you. The Eight of Swords regularly in the upright position can be about self-imposed restriction, like holding yourself back. So you getting it in reverse, it's like you're looking at this self-sabotage and, you know, it's releasing its grip on you. So again, I think things are coming to a head within September, especially like I think from the 12th to the 21st is like a very prominent period. And then, yeah, you just go from there. Okay, something that I did get that I'm being called to now is learning by observing nature, like learning through observing nature. So maybe getting into nature. I got connecting with animals, so maybe watching animals and observing their behavior. So there might be something to that. I also got headphones that can again connect to the observing, listening. Okay, perhaps also listening to certain animal sounds will help you. Alright, let's go ahead and clarify. Spirit guides and angels, could you please clarify here for the wonderful... Ooh, that's not it. Clarify here for the wonderful Sag. What does the Sagittarians need to know? Interesting how that flipped within my hand, still somehow just flew it out. Alright, clarification here for the wonderful Sag. I kind of feel like my hand feels like it wants to like fumble. Or some of you might be football fans because it's interesting that I'm going to say fumble. You might observe and watch football. You might feel like you're gonna fumble, perhaps because of this energy coming in, but ultimately it's gonna turn to excitement and you're gonna roll with it. Like, okay, it's like remind me of a fumble turning into like a barrel roll, turning into like a great play in football. So it's like one of those exciting moments in a game where it's like did that really just happen? So it's like about to be a fumble. Somebody like tumbles on the ground, does like a barrel roll, and just takes off. And just gets it, you know, it gets them out of like any compromised situation. Like I'm not a football fan. I don't really watch football. So it's interesting that I'm getting this. But yeah, like, you know, the people on defense, you know, it's like you maneuvered your way out of that, and it was by some kind of like, you know, very rarely seen amazing happening. Wow, okay, like I got so excited off of that, and I'm not a football fan. I actually feel like a football fan here. Interesting. Okay. Clarification. I know it is like it is game season, so it's like neat that this is coming up now. It makes me actually want to watch. Alright. We have the Nine of Wands. So yeah, this has been burdening you. I think both whatever it is that is like causing this like indecision to occur, but also you're like, you know, starting to become frustrated by the fact that like you feel indecisive, which is like ultimately motivating you to sort through why. Like you're going through the whys of, you're getting wise over the whys, if that makes sense. Like you're gaining wisdom over the questions, the whys in life. And moving through this, you've been a warrior. I see that. So this is the patch that they wear on, is it sergeants? This came up before that I saw it very much so as that. I'm also kind of getting arrows. It's reminding me of Sagittarius' symbol. It's like a bow and arrow. Okay, so it's like, it's almost like you're getting a trajectory and you've been a warrior, and that's really going to help you take aim. But also it's like, you know, you're releasing that need to be a warrior, to be so defensive and overwhelmed by this, like just that feeling. Okay, so then we have 9 of Pentacles. So perhaps because you have struggled with this indecisiveness and had this wake-up call, you've been wanting to gain independence, but it has been a struggle for you to have independence. I'm really being called to this parrot here. So communication might be key in some way. But also parrots are, you know, they were the bird of leaders, like royalty in the past. And people would also like use parrots to kind of like spy. So maybe I'm getting that because maybe you'll hear something about something someone has said. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, she almost looks like she looks like she feels admired. So maybe you'll have word somehow about an admirer. You're gonna feel admired. It might give you a little boost of, now we don't gain that, you know, depth of confidence off of like other people's views or opinions. You know, it's nice to get compliments, but you know, true confidence comes from overcoming things within, which I do see you doing. But perhaps it has to do with whatever it is that like fills you with this excitement. Maybe an opportunity. It's that opportunity coming in. Okay, and then for an outcome here, we have, ooh, the Lovers. We have 7 of Wands. Okay, so you will still feel defensive throughout September. You'll still have a guard up throughout September. But we do have the Lovers here, so try to be open. So it's something I think you still will be looking at, but you know, it takes time. Slowly but surely getting ahead. It takes time to like you know, let your guard down, you know, in a healthy way. Like, of course, you have boundaries, and there's going to be areas that you know, keep a nice defensive wall, or not wall, barrier, but you know, it's not healthy to always have your guard up. You're going to slowly but surely allow yourself to, you know, not feel so stressed. Let's put it that way. You're not going to feel so stressed. You're going to find ways to healthily have that. And also with the Lovers, you know, you really might have this admirer coming in. And then we have 7 of Swords. So try it not to overthink. I think that this is more about self-sabotage than it is about like somebody being deceptive to you. But also, you know, being, you know, keep your boundaries. Break down walls, build boundaries. But yeah, I think this is less about deceit happening at you and more about not deceiving yourself. You know, that's that rose-tinted glasses. Try not to wear rose-tinted glasses. Don't let your optimism, I think you've like perhaps been used to not being optimistic, and so this like optimism, this boost is like so nice. You're feeling good. You're feeling perhaps even motivated, and that's a wonderful thing. Use that, but don't let it blind you. You know, stay grounded, manage your expectations, and be realistic. And try not to self-sabotage. Try not to get carried away in the excitement to where you do things that could be harmful to yourself. And sometimes like people can get caught into, I know I've done this in periods in my past, where it's like people almost make excuses to drink through celebration, like saying, oh, I gotta celebrate this, or you know, we make every holiday sometimes about drinking. Like, not everybody does this, but you know, it does happen. And so perhaps that's something specific to look at. You know, being mindful about how often you celebrate in that kind of way, finding different ways to celebrate. We did get that overconsumption, so that can be in that regard as well. Let's go ahead and get your mystical healing here. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Sagittarius, please. What does Sagittarius need to see for their highest good? Messages for Sag, please. Whoa, okay. That kind of shocked me. I felt kind of timid about it. Maybe that's how I feel about this opportunity or this admirer. We have take positive action. So use this. Let this be wind in your sails. Don't, you know, fear the optimism. You know, use it. But, or even just the fuel, even if it's like other emotions that might be fueling you. You know, don't fear it. Take it in. Let it put wind in your sails. Let it be fuel. but you know, it says take positive action. Just be mindful of how you wield it. Yeah, we have learn from karma. So again, that's kind of like how you wield it. And it could also have to do with this situation, whatever it is that you're healing from. We have experienced rebirth. That's interesting with learn from karma. So it's like you are going to be learning from this karma and letting it transform, transmute. We did get that earlier on. Assimilate life experience. So it's like, especially with the 7 of Cups in reverse, and take positive action. So it's like you're making these decisions and, letting it be a building up of life experience. It's okay. Don't aim for perfection. It's okay to, step into things, try things out, and, feel them out. You gain life experience off of that, and you have learned a lot already, and you'll continue to learn more as you go. So take action and learn from it. We have embrace meditation, but also take time to slow down and meditate and connect with your intuition. We did have the High Priestess in reverse there. So you do want to connect with yourself, especially if you felt detached. It'll help you on this journey. It's like be grounded so that you don't, so it's like helping stay grounded. It helps manage your expectations and move you in the right direction. We have create boundaries. So yeah, with that 7 of Wands, I was like getting break down walls, but build boundaries. Also interesting, this isn't necessarily a mask, but it's reminding me of a mask, and a mask here, and a mask here. So I think this is that detachment. So you're taking down your mask, you're connecting with yourself through that meditation, through learning about yourself through these like life experiences. Contemplate death and beyond. So that's that transforming. You're definitely looking at things that have held you back and transforming them into fuel to push you forward. We have explore your ancestry. Interesting. I don't think I've gotten this card yet. So that is really neat. So this is specifically, it's literally, I think, just like exploring your ancestry. There might be things there that might be neat, that might boost you in some way. Also, this can be about connecting with your family. Listening to stories if they have some to tell or anything like that. Also, I'm being called to this arrow again. Arrows are feeling so prominent in this, but so that might give you some direction as well. So look into your ancestry, maybe what people have done in the past. And lastly, we have ennoble your soul. Another mask. So yeah, you are breaking down walls, setting boundaries, reconnecting with yourself, letting go of that detachment, exploring different avenues. You're being guided through this, through your ancestors. They're helping guide you, and there might be something there. Look into what your ancestors did. They might be pointing you in the right direction. There might be some kind of lineage, some kind of legacy that is being passed forward in a good way. I see it as a very positive thing. You're being guided with this. A family legacy being carried on. That is very cool. Okay, let's get your gypsy. Spirit guides and angels messages for Sagittarius, please. Okay, so we have servant. I'm getting this as like your ancestors are trying to help you. They're serving you this on a platter, like there's definitely a legacy that they're passing on to you. Very cool. Okay. We have conversation. So that could be with that parrot that I was really called to. There might be a conversation that occurs. It might be an admirer. For some, there could be an argument or a clash, as I said, with the transits going on. For some, it might be a boisterous conversation that, you know, there's like kind of an argument, but it's also positive. I don't know how to explain that. Yeah, it's gonna be different for everybody. We have journey. I'm again getting that legacy being carried forward. It's really exciting. And but for some of you, you know, you could actually go on a physical journey. And we have waiting. So you've perhaps felt like you've been waiting for this, because maybe on some level you've like known that this would occur. You know, it is my belief that like we perhaps know some certain things before we come here, and you know, you just might forget through the birthing experience, through coming into this world, but it's subtly there, like. And that's why, again, meditation and connecting with yourself really helps. Getting in connection with your intuition and just really finding where you feel that like excitement and your heart just connect to something and your intuition just light up. You know, hearing the whispers of the ancestors or the guidance that we receive. Very cool. Okay. Ah, neat. I got headphones. And I knew this was gonna come out. I just knew it. And your meditation. So, listening. And that's about meditation right there. So, listening, slowing down, taking time to meditate and just really listen to your heart, and just let what comes through come through. We have angels watching over me. So again, yeah, you're being guided, and again, I'm kind of feeling this with ancestors too are watching over you. We do have two angels here. So your angels and your ancestors are guiding you through this, watching over, sending love. I am seeing this heart, which is making me even more so feel like, yeah, your ancestors are with you on this. Yeah, they're guiding you, watching over you, protecting you, giving you whisperings, inklings. We have the starfish, which can be about emotional healing. Regeneration. And I'm getting specifically like with that detachment and reconnecting with yourself. We have the zipper. So if there is a conflict, I see you resolving it. It being mended, you know, and zipped back up together. Okay, I'm also being reminded of if you did have a friend that had to move away, that you will stay in contact. You might have like, you know, periods of like where you're more busy, and that's like always, you know, I think anybody can feel like, oh man, like they're losing their friend in those periods where like, you know, life gets busy sometimes. So, but I see you guys, you are going to make the time. And that you guys do stay friends, like lifelong pals. Alright, so we will leave this here. I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. And until next time, lovely folk.